Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. You're crafting today with Heather Thomas. I'm the Songbird Stamper and I've got a beautiful little project to share with you today. This video is accompanying a blog post that has gone live as part of the Casually Crafting Design Team blog hop, and it's on the theme of hello. I just thought it would be perfect to send a lovely little gift and a card to a friend, so you can see more details and information over on my blog post. I'll pop the information down in the bottom of the description. The website's here, www.thesongbirdStamper.co.uk. So I've used the Sand and Sea Suite, available now from Stampin Up. It's got the most gorgeous designer series paper and elements that come with it. So these seashells I've cut out of the designer series paper, and this gorgeous paper. I've actually added this gilded leafing, and I show you how to do that on my blog post, but it's just by using the Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue, putting down a strip of that and then laying the gilded leafing over when it's dry. You need to wait for it to dry though. So the belly band slips off, the box opens up, and I like to pop in a little bar of soap. I think it makes a nice little gift. So I'm going to show you how to make that today. I've used the Seaside Spray designer series paper from Stampin' Up. I'm starting off with a sheet of A4 cardstock. One of the things I love about this project is that you can make two out of an A4 piece of cardstock, and a very, very, very little waste, which is something I love. Cutting that down at 14.8 centimetres, so that's pretty much in half. You might just need to trim the other one slightly. What I'm going to do, the measurements on this are super simple, okay, but I just wanted to show you how I made it. So I'm going to score it at 3 centimetres. Now when I'm working on little measurements, I normally work to the right hand side, because then you get this whole bar to butt your paper up against. Otherwise, if I was trying to measure it here, now this trim is really good in the fact that it has got lots of places to butt the card up against, but the smaller measurement you get, the more it can be difficult. So I just use over on the right hand side. I've got the scoring tool is here, and this is my cutting blade, so I always keep my cutting blade safely out of the way when I'm just doing scoring. And I've got 3 centimetres all the way around. Just hear the rain starting to come down now. Hope it doesn't get too loud. And then I'm also going to score at 9. This is again on the long side. I'm scoring at 9 centimetres and 12 centimetres. And that's it. I'm going to just take, before I grab my scissors, I'm just taking a punch because I normally forget to do this bit, so while I've remembered, all I'm going to do is just in the middle here, try and get as centrally as possible. I'm just going to punch out a small semicircle, and that's going to help us to open the box. Somewhere to put our thumb when we lift the lid. I think I'll fold and burnish beforehand. You can do it either way. You can do your cutting first and then your folding, or you can do your folding and then your cutting. Sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't. But in the grand scheme of things, it's kind of just down to personal preference. I just find that when I fold and burnish first, I've only got to do it once, whereas if I cut my score lines first, then I've got to fold and burnish all of the different pieces separately. And then what I'm going to do is just notch. I'm going to do all my cutting, straight cutting first, and you want to do this on every single score line on both sides. Trying to cut down as centrally as possible to that score line as I can. Some people just find it easier to cut before they burnish them. So this is going to be our lid of our box, where we've got the thumb notch, and this is going to be the base, but it all stays as one piece of card. And then all I'm going to do is notch in this one, and this one. And this one. Okay, it wouldn't matter if you notched this one in both places, but I've just done this one, and this one. And then I'm going to spin it round and replicate that on the other side. This one, this one, and this one here. So I've got my Snail Plus adhesive. I like to use a really strong adhesive for this. Flip it over so that the inside is now facing down. Just run some of this tape down here. I'm still not quite used to this. It's a new product. And I keep flicking it like I was using the old fast fuse, but you don't need to. You just need to lift it off. I know a lot of people used to struggle with the fast fuse because you had to flick it. But I struggle with this one because you don't have to flick it. So I haven't done the top yet. I'm just doing the base, okay, first. If you go over, that's no problem. You can just fold that adhesive back in on itself. And then all I'm going to do is fold that edge up, line it up as best I can all along the top. And that's one of the reasons I like to keep those edges flat and not notch them in, is because it really helps me then to line it up. See, I'm just lining that up against there. And this is going to be the base of our box. And on this side as well. They will just meet on the inside. Okay, but they're not going to overlap. That's why I love the measurements for this box. It's brilliant. Super simple. Nice and easy to put together. So that's the base. We're now going to make the lid. So again, just turn that over. You could probably glue all these in one go if you wanted to. I just find it a bit easier to work. So it's a lovely adhesive, you just need to get used to it. Like with anything new. Stick that down there. I'm making the lid of the box now. But as I said, it all stays connected. And then that folds down. The flaps come outside and it closes nice and neatly. You do get this flapping. It can't really be avoided. It's one of the reasons I make a belly band for it. So I've got a piece of card here. Let me just show you the mats and layers first. I've got a piece of Blushing Bride cardstock, and that measures 5.5 centimetres by 8.5 centimetres, and a piece of Design Series paper measuring 5 by 8 centimetres. I'll mat and layer those together, seeing as this one is out. I'll just use this. It's a bit overkill, but save me digging around inside my drawer. If ever it doesn't come out, just grab your finger, pop it on there, and then roll that towards you. And then that will help just to get that adhesive flowing. That sticks on the top of the box. So to make the belly band, I don't actually kind of score it in precise places. I find one of the best ways to make belly bands is to lay it over the top. Now try and get it as straight as possible, because you need it to meet around the other side, and then just pinch and squeeze. Just pinch and squeeze, and then hopefully that meets up round the back like that. You can take that away then if you wanted to and fold and burnish those crease lines just to make them more defined, a little bit neater, but you've used your box as the guide to create the belly band. A little bit of adhesive on the back here, and then you can wrap that back round Again, just make sure you line it up. Now don't press too hard when you're closing it, because you do need to be able to slip this off. I'm nearly always use Tombow glue actually, because it means I can get a bit more of a wiggle room. But you just need to be able to make sure that you can slide this on and off. And that's it. You would then just go ahead and decorate your box using the punches. I've just used a punch with a piece of the Design Series paper overlaid onto Wistful White. Fussy cut some shells out, stamped and cut out a greeting, popped a little bow on, and that's how I've decorated my box. Ready to put some soap in and give it away as a gift. If you'd like to purchase any of the products that you see me using in this video, there is a link to my online shop over on my blog. I would absolutely love it if you decided to choose me as your demonstrator if you don't already have one. If you'd like a catalogue, again, you can request one of those through my blog there, or you can just get in touch with me. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fabulous rest of the day. Take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.